Hello again. In this lesson we will be using th or th with s when we have to think about writing it with a double S, oo or and with suffix ing. Let's start with suffix ing. If our starter word has a short vowel sound, we need at least 2 letters following it. That's what keeps the short vowel sound staying short. So our first word, pass. Have a go at writing it. Remember, you can pause the video, come back to me when you're ready. Pass. I can hear a short vowel sound. It's a 1-syllable word, so I need a double S. And when we add suffix ing, well, I've already got 2 letters after that short vowel sound. So I just add pass ing, a double S. Next picture. Hiss. I can hear a short vowel sound. And how do I write s? Double S again. So hissing is H, double S for s, and then suffix ing. And the last one is boss. Boss. There we go. We have our B, we have our letter O for O, and a double S. That's our spelling choice when we hear s at the end of a one-tap word with a short vowel sound. So it's another just add. Double S. I have that double consonant. I just add suffix ing. So let's move on to words with th or th. And the first word is thin. And here we have a pair of thinning scissors. Thin. So, th, I is I, and n is n. Thin. But we want to write thinning for those scissors. Look at the picture prompt. What will we do when we add suffix ing? Thin. And you're right. We double the n to add suffix ing so that that short vowel sound in the word thin stays short. Next picture. Bath. Bath. Let's have a go at writing it. B is B. A is A. Th. My teeth are on my tongue, so I know that it will be TH. But we want to write bathing. Look at the picture prompt. Have a think about what to do. Bath, I'm going to start with my starter word. And I just add. There's already 2 letters after that A for the vowel sound A. And I can do my dotting and crossing when I've finished writing the word. The next word is smooth. and somebody is smoothing icing onto a cake. Smooth. S is S. M is M. O is double O. F is TH. So what will I do this time? Well, it isn't a short vowel sound. So I just add. It also has 2 letters after the letters we used for the vowel sound. 2 reasons for just adding suffix ing. So let's have a think about our story. Oh dear, he's a very miserable looking cat. Here's our sentence. Kath is passing Ting to Matt. That's the cat's name, probably because of the bell on its collar when it's got it on. So here's the first word, Kath. Well, I need TH for the th at the end of Kath. And I knew to write the letter C for K because it was followed by A. Is passing. Is passing. And that was a just add for suffix ing. Ting. Now it's a name, remember? Ting to Matt. Ting to Matt. We've used Matt before. Did you remember that it's a double T when we write Matt, just like the name Scott? Okay, let's see what happens next. Oh dear. This looks like 2 cross people. I think that Matt referred to the cat as thing, and Kath is telling him off. It isn't thing. That's our first sentence. It isn't thing. Now we're going to start with speech marks because it's something she says. It isn't. We've written that a few times. Did you remember the apostrophe? I think Matt must have called the cat thing instead of ting. It's ting. That's our next sentence. No more speech marks because Kath is still speaking. It's ting. It and an apostrophe because we have left out a letter I, an exclamation mark, and we've added more speech marks at the end. That lets us know that Kath has finished speaking. But it looks as if Matt has something to say back. And he says, I'm not math. I'm Matt. So that's why he was playing about with Ting's name. He's fed up with being called Math. Matthew Yeah, when we shorten it, we do tend to say Matt. And he's obviously a wee bit cross at Kath's joke with his name. So here we go. Speech marks again at the beginning, because this time it's Matt speaking. I'm not math. I'm after the speech marks. And again, we have a missing letter, so we use an apostrophe. I'm not math. And another exclamation mark. I'm Matt. I'm Matt. Said very definitely, so another exclamation mark. And we know he's finished speaking because there are more speech marks at the end of what he says. And here we can just about see Ting. Matt is bathing. Matt, double T at the end of his name, is bathing. And again, we just add suffixing because th is written with a T and an H. And it looks like Matt has taken over from what Kath is doing. So Matt is bathing Ting in a booth. That's what we'd call that little spot. A bit like a telephone booth. So next part of the sentence, Ting. In a booth. In a booth. Full stop at the end. Ting is hissing. Ting is hissing. And again, we just add suffixing. I think Ting is probably fed up with the bath and with the arguing. Oh dear. But when it's finished, and here's our next sentence, Ting hops onto a thin, smooth mat. So next bit, let's just do the first few words. Ting hops onto. Ting hops onto. And you'll have noticed we went down an extra line because this is the next thing that happens to Ting. Ting hops onto a thin, smooth mat. And I'm not sure I'm going to fit all of those words in, but let's have a go. A thin, smooth. There we go. And I think I'm going to need to put mat on the next page. Let's have a think. This is a different sort of mat. It's not the person. It's a mat on the floor. So it doesn't have a capital M and it doesn't have a double T at the end. And there's Ting, looking a wee bit happier now. Not Matt. And that was just there to show you. So the one at the bottom is the name with the capital letter and a double T. The one at the top is the mat that Ting is lying on to smooth down his fur. Thank you for joining me.